Hello, Titans. This is Mrs. Z. I am TCU's media specialist. You may see me around your library helping to get great books for all of you to read. I'm going to be sending some videos throughout the year talking about some authors that are part of our Goody Reads section. These are classic books from years gone by that I hope you all read. The first author I am going to talk about is Robert Munsch. Robert Munsch was born on June 11, 1945, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and grew up in a family of 9 kids. He now lives in Guelph, Canada. His mother says he never grew up and still acts like a 6-year-old. He went through elementary school writing poetry, funny poems, silly poems, all sorts of poems. He studied to be a Jesuit priest and worked part-time at an orphanage. He knew he loved working with kids, so when he decided being a priest wasn't for him, he worked in a daycare. He then began making up stories for Circle Time. He didn't know that would lead to his first book, Mortimer. He eventually got a long list of stories he told, but he never wrote them down. The wife of his boss happened to be a children's librarian, and she heard him telling stories. She told him to publish, but he didn't listen. She told his boss to make him publish, and his boss told him to publish, and he listened. His boss gave him 2 months off to do it, and he then became a writer. He uses real kids as the characters in his books. The first kid he makes up the story for sort of owns the story and gets to be the kid in the book, if the story ever gets to be a book. He loves storytelling and sometimes tells stories to 3,000 kids at a time. He loves visiting schools and daycares. He travels the U.S. and Canada and sometimes stays with families while he's traveling to get more ideas for his stories. He also gets ideas from kids he sits by when traveling. He is one of Canada's best-selling authors and has 54 books published. He wants people to talk to kids honestly, listen to them, and help them do their best with their own challenges. Robert Munsch is known for his funny, silly stories. One of my favorites is Get Out of Bed. In this story, Amy will not get out of bed. Her family does not know what to do. So they put Amy back in her bed and picked it up. Then they walked out the front door, down the street, around the corner, through the schoolyard, and into the school. They put the bed down in the back of the classroom and left. If you want to find out what happens to the sleepy Amy, check out this book from our library. Another silly Robert Munsch story is Smelly Socks. Tina is so excited to get new socks while on a trip with her grandpa. When they got back, Tina ran home and yelled, "Socks! Socks! Wonderful socks! These are the best socks I have ever seen in my life. Grandpa rode me all the way across the river to get these socks. I am never going to take them off." "Never?" said Tina's mother. "Never," said Tina. "Uh-oh," said Tina's mother. "You will have to check this book out from our library if you want to find out if Tina ever takes off her smelly socks." Aaron's Hair is a silly story about a boy having a bad hair day. When he got mad and yelled at his hair, that hurt the hare's feelings. It jumped off Aaron's head and ran out of the bathroom. When Aaron came downstairs, his mother said, "Aaron, you're bald! What happened?" "My hair ran away," said Aaron. "I got mad at it and it ran away." Check this book out to see the problems Aaron and his hair have, and if he finally gets it back. Like I said before, Robert Munsch has published 54 books, so I couldn't possibly talk about all of them. But I will talk about one last hilarious story. It's called Andrew's Loose Tooth. In this story, Andrew has a loose tooth. So he reached out, picked up an apple, shined it on his shirt, took a bite, and yelled, "Yo! Daddy, Daddy, do something about this tooth. It hurts so much I can't even eat my apple." So Andrew's father opened up his mouth and looked inside. Oh, he said, "it's a loose tooth. I know what to do." Check out this book to find out what Andrew does about his loose tooth. I hope you have enjoyed learning about Robert Munsch and his amazing books. You can find these books in the Goody Reads section of the library. If you have trouble finding them, you can always ask the Media Para for help to find them. Have a great day and keep reading, Titans!